Welcome back to the channel. We have a video today to talk about how to integrate Storybook with Ionic and React JS. I did a little bit of the setup work already so that you don't have to deal with it yourself. I've already installed Storybook, and I've already taken a base message application that you get from the Ionic Framework template. So let's get started. As I said, I've already done the npx install of Storybook to get it installed to save you guys the time. And then after you do the install, what it does is it actually adds a command to your package.json script to get Storybook up and running. Let me see if I can show you what that is here. Where is it? There it is in package.json. So it's add the Storybook command, and that's how you get it started. So what we'll do to get things going, we'll do the npm run Storybook to get that server running. So what it is a separate web server that's running that's going to give you an interface to take a look at the stories that you are creating and quickly kind of iterate through making changes to your specific stories. Like I said, in this example, we're just going to take and create a basic story using the message list item, and it'll show you the functions that you can do with Storybook. Hopefully this will show you very quickly how you can add value. Out of the box, you get this hello button template that shows you how to embed a button in a story and how to click on the button and actually get the events displayed. We're going to demonstrate some of that functionality also. Where your stories live in a folder called Stories in your source directory. As I said, this is the sample story for a button, but what I've already done is I've created the file, the message list item stories, which is where we're going to put the stories for this message list item. This message list item is iterated through on the home page, you'll see here, to render each one of the list items. Not only will we create a story to show you how to render it, but we'll also kind of move some of the functionality out of the message list item and move it up to its parent to make our message list item more of like just a pure functional component. So let's get started. Let's just paste in some baseline code here. So you need React, you need the action component, which is what we're going to use to show the events from the action. And of course you need the message list item component. And then we're going to embed the message list item inside of an Ion list so you get the nice look. And also just to make sure that Ionic styles and everything work properly. Next you need to kind of name the story, and that's what the title is, and then you need to identify the component that's associated with the story. So message list item is the component that we need with the story. And then the next thing that we need to do is start to construct actually what our story is going to be. So the story that we're just going to name it basic message for our basic message item. And then we need to start to add the functionality. So we know our list needs a message, and we're going to, the cool thing about this is you can mock the data that you're pushing into the message. So if you want various stories to deal with different types of data, you can handle that. But for here, we're not going to do anything like that. We're just going to push some default data in for the purpose of rendering, because this is just really an introductory to Storybook for y'all. We see that message list item requires a message. And as I said, we're going to specify the message for it, and that's the only that's the only property we need at this point. So where do we get the data from? In this example, the data is mocked completely, so is it compiling properly? Everything seems to be filing correctly. Oh, no, let's jump to get the data in first, and then we'll worry about the style. So let's go to message, and as you can see, we're just going to take the JSON object that makes up the message, and we're just going to set it inside of our story, so that we should be able to see some data getting rendered appropriately. Okay, everything's compiled. We have no errors. Let's comment out these values that we're not using to make sure the compile and everything is straight. Let's force a recompile. Let's see if we get our story rendering. So our basic message, let's refresh. And there's our basic message item being rendered. Now let's address the Ionic styling. And so the way that we're going to address the styling is you can use this file. Sorry, and we're also going to address this click action too. But let's focus on the style first. So the way you address the style is there is a file called preview.js that you can add in the storybook directory. That's the one that's .storybook. I already put the file in, but what we're going to do here is we're going to include all of the Ionic styling and the wraparound content that you need for an Ionic app to function properly. So in this example, we're going to import all the styles, and then we are going to have the story be run inside of an Ionic app container. And inside that Ionic app container is an Ionic page, and then inside the page is Ionic content, and then our story exists. We're going to do this to make sure that any of the styles or anything that depends on that hierarchy of elements is in place for all of our stories. Once again, we'll just kind of cut and paste because it's pretty straightforward. So first, let's import all of the things that we need. We need the React stuff. The next thing we need is the add decorator is really what we're using. We're going to add the decorator around all the stories. Then we need the Ionic app, the content, the page, and the button. And then, of course, we need all the styles. I could probably take some of those out, but it's just easier to just put them all in to be safe. And then now the next part is actually the code that needs to be added to make this magic work. I'm calling my component an Ionic wrapper. Ion wrapper, and as you can see, we have the hierarchy of the app, the page, and then the content. And then the child element or children elements, that's the data, or sorry, those are the components that will come from the actual story that we are going to be rendering. And then the last part here is to actually use the what did I just call this thing? Is to actually use the actually use the decorator. As I said, the decorator, and people that know computer pattern, the decorator pattern is how you kind of add additional functionality by wrapping something in it, and that's really what we're about to do here. So let's add the decorator. We do the add decorator, story functions, the story that's getting passed in, and then we put our wrapper around it. So that should give us all the niceties that we need for any sort of story that we're creating based on Ionic components. So now let's get back to our actual story and start to add a little bit more functionality. We're going to focus on the click events. So right now, our item actually handles the click event inside of the message list item. Like I said, we're trying to make our message list item more of a functional component. So what we want is we want it to basically bubble the events back up to the parent. So we're going to handle the on click inside of the message list item, and what it's going to do is it is going to call a function that's going to be passed in as a property, and we're going to call that function handle click, something very unique. And the handle click is going to return the message ID of the object that was clicked. So we've set that up. Now let's go and change our properties because we're using TypeScript, and so we need to make sure we have our interface set properly for the properties that exist on this element. I'm not going to get too deep in the TypeScript here, so we're just going to cheat and set the type of the function to any. Now let's add it in the destructuring for the message props, and we should be good to go. Now let's go to our story, and this is the beauty of it. Now I can just test that I'm properly handling that click event. Why is it not going? Oh, I need to... Why is it not working? Oh, I think, let's go, I'm not handling the actual action inside the story. So now, as you can see here, I haven't handled the click function. So let's add the handle click function. And here's where we use the action add-on. And what this is going to do, it's going to allow us to show in the UI that the action was actually executed appropriately. So we're going to name our action item click. And what will happen now is when I click on the item message, it will trigger that event, and down in the actions area, we'll get to see the event and any properties that were associated with the event. So you see my item click event is called, and I pass the ID back. That 0 isn't very demonstrative of what I'm trying to show here in this example, so let's go in and let's rename the ID to something that's a little bit clearer for you to see how it's working. Let's just name it message ID and message ID 0. And, this thing needs to be a string, so let's put it in the quotes. And let's give this another go. So let's run it. we click, and as you can see, I get the event, and then I actually get the data that was passed along with it. So that's pretty awesome. But let's show how you can handle more events and how quickly we can iterate through functionality on my message list item. So what we want to do on our message list item now is you want to add the ability to swipe the message list item to be able to delete the item or to add the item as a favorite. Luckily, Ionic has some nice components that can do that for us. Once again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time typing that, so let's just cut and paste these components in. And the components we're going to use are the Ion item options, and we're going to have two options on here. We're going to have a favorite item, a favorite Ion item option, and a delete Ion option item is what we're adding here. So let's make sure we get all the dependencies set up right here. Not the dependencies. The dependencies. So let's get the Ion, I can't even say these, Ion item sliding component to wrap around all of this. And then we'll use our trusty Visual Studio Code to add the additional imports that are needed. This is very, very cool how quickly it does that. And then we have our two functions that need to be supported. So let's go back up and add them as properties to the message list item component. We have the handle favorite, and then we have the handle delete. As I said earlier, let's not get too tied up around the TypeScript, so let's just use the type of any. Let's set them up as properties, and then let's add them as being destructured here. We already have the function set up as a response to the click, so everything should be in place. So now let's go back. You can see I can swipe. I see the component. I can click on my favorite. I can click on my delete. They're handled here inside the list item, but we need to go and add the action in the actual story. So let's copy and paste, duplicate this handle click event, and do the handle delete and handle favorites. Important to name these something so that when we're looking at the diagnostics that appear in the actions pane that we know what we're responding to. So we've, let's name them differently. Item clicked, item delete, item faved, instead of item favorited. So let's say item faved. So we have the handle delete, and then now we have the handle favorite. So these are set up. Let's format this to make it look nice and neat. And so now, in my story, when I click on the events, I should see the proper actions displayed. So let's click on that. I get my message ID. Let's swipe, and then when I click on my favorite, I get the item faved. I get the object passed back, which is what I said I needed. And then when I click on delete, I get the delete object, and then I get the data passed back. So this is really just an intro. Maybe if a bunch of people say they found value in this and want to dig deeper, I can go a little bit deeper on this. There's some additional add-ons that you can do to allow you to kind of change the values on the fly. It's a pretty cool framework. It's awesome because it can be used with React, it can be used with Vue, it can be used with Angular. Using this decorator and being able to pass your story in allows you to keep your stories nice and clean. I have nothing but great things to say about this. So hopefully you all enjoyed this. And if you want to see more things like this, like and subscribe. Please be sure to leave a comment. And thank you all very much. Have a good one.